Are you looking for the best jig to use for sunfish? I've got one for you.
Welcome back to another episode of 5-Minute Fish Talk.
Unfortunately, I'm out of coffee, but the stuff just does not last very long around here. I drink it way too fast. I've got 5 minutes on this time of year, and you know what that means. Boop, it's time to get real. Ultralight fishing, you know I love it. I've been doing a lot of ultralight fishing this year, both for bass as well as for sunfish and bluegill. And here's the thing, I've really discovered that I love sunfish. They're so feisty and frisky, and they're just fun to catch. And you know what? I've been absolutely dominating them anytime I go fish for them. That has not always been the case. In fact, I've got a story for you. You know, when I picked up this ultralight and told myself I'm going to go out there and start catching more panfish, I just picked up a couple small jigs that I found in my tackle box, as well as some, just at the store. They seem like they would do the trick. They've got, bluegill on the package. They say that they work for these fish. So I go out and I try them out. They sink pretty fast. You can cast them pretty far. So I was having a good time. But what I was realizing pretty quick is that yes, fish would bite, but no, they would not eat it all the way. And so I would maybe catch a couple fish, but I would not have a day on the water that I was actually that proud of because I kept missing fish. So I was thinking, man, what is going on? What am I doing wrong? Am I not letting them take it long enough? What is going on here? There's obviously something wrong. And meanwhile, I was also bobber fishing with a small hook, and I was having the same issues. So I made it a mission of mine to go to Cabela's and find the smallest jighead that I could possibly get my hands on. After maybe an hour in Cabela's, I finally stumbled upon these little eagle claw ball head jigs. They're a 1/100th of an ounce. I wasn't quite as concerned about the weight as I was the size of the hook. I've never seen a jighead with a smaller hook. So I picked it up and I told myself, these might be hard to cast, but I think they're gonna pay off. I put some little sliders, I tried some little grubs on them. What I realized pretty quick is that they are deadly. And in fact, almost every single video you see of me going for bluegill or sunfish, I'm using that very jig because I just have so much confidence in it and I have so much luck on it. I immediately started catching fish on this, and I have had multiple 20 to 30 to 40 fish days, and I leave while the fish are still biting because they will just absolutely hammer this thing. And yes, you will probably catch some fish about that big, but in my opinion, being able to hook and land fish is so much more fun than constantly dealing with short striking fish. So ultimately, I just wanted to provide you guys information on these jigs. I think you should definitely pick them up if you also love sunfish. And then I do also have one more trick for you, as I've mentioned in the past. If you feel like you can't cast it very far, obviously an ultralight's what you're going to need to be using, but you can always put a bobber above the jig and then just let it sink below and just fish it really slow. But the bobber is going to allow you to have a little bit more weight to your cast, and that way you can fling it out there a little further. So overall, I know I didn't go 5 minutes today, but here's the thing. I'm giving you back some time, so that way you can go pick up some jigs and go pull on some of these little bluegill. It's a lot of fun. Have yourself a fantastic weekend, and we'll catch you next time.